The holographic display flickered to life in the United Earth Defense Command Center, casting an eerie blue glow across Ava's face. Her fingers danced across the tactical interface as she counted the hostile signatures appearing in Earth's orbital space. 100, 500, 1,000, the numbers kept climbing. "Commander, we're reading 10,000 warships taking position around the planet," Lieutenant Liam reported from his station, his voice steady despite the impossible odds displayed before them. "They're maintaining standard siege formation. No aggressive movements yet." Eva straightened in her chair, her dark eyes fixed on the alien armada that now blotted out the stars. She had commanded Earth's defenses for 7 years, had trained for every conceivable scenario. But this was beyond anything the simulations had prepared her for. "Incoming transmission from the lead vessel," Liam announced. "It's on all frequencies. They want us to receive it." "Put it through," Eva commanded. The image that materialized before them was both magnificent and terrifying. The Galactic Council's High Arbiter stood 12 feet tall, his crystalline exoskeleton refracting light in hypnotic patterns. Behind him, representatives from a dozen species stood in silent judgment: the insectoids, the energy-based Lumine, the ancient silicon form architects, humans of Earth. The Arbiter's voice resonated through the speakers, translated by technology far beyond human comprehension. "Your species has been evaluated by the Galactic Council. Your expansion into the cosmos has been deemed problematic. Your violent nature, your stubborn independence, your refusal to submit to established galactic law, these transgressions can no longer be tolerated." Ava's jaw tightened, but she remained silent, listening. "You are hereby ordered to surrender all military assets, dismantle your space fleet, and submit to Council oversight. You have 6 of your Earth hours to comply. Failure to do so will result in the complete sterilization of your world. This is not a negotiation. This is the will of the Council." The transmission ended, leaving only the cold light of 10,000 warships surrounding their home. Liam turned to Eva, his face pale but determined. "Commander, our entire fleet consists of 247 vessels. We're outnumbered 40 to 1. Our weapons technology is at least 3 generations behind theirs. Tactically speaking, I know the numbers." Lieutenant Eva interrupted softly. She stood, walking to the massive viewport that overlooked Earth below, blue, green, beautiful, and utterly defenseless against the might arrayed above it. "But there's something the Council doesn't understand about humanity." "What's that, Commander?" Eva turned back to face her crew, and there was something fierce burning in her eyes, something that had driven humanity from caves to stars, from prey to predator, from scattered tribes to unified species. "We don't know how to quit." She activated the General Command channel, her voice broadcasting to every human vessel, every defense station, every settlement from Mars to the Kuiper Belt. "This is Commander Eva Chen of United Earth Defense. You've all seen the Council's ultimatum. You all know what they're asking us to do: to surrender our freedom, to kneel before species that view us as children playing with dangerous toys." She paused, letting her words sink in. "They think they know us. They've studied our history, our wars, our violence. They see our conflicts and call us barbaric. What they don't see is our resilience, our creativity, our absolute refusal to accept extinction." Liam watched as response signals began flooding in from across the system. Not a single vessel was retreating. Not one commander was considering surrender. "They brought 10,000 ships to ensure our compliance," Eva continued. "They calculated the odds, ran the simulations, and determined that such overwhelming force would make resistance futile. What they failed to calculate was human stubbornness." She pulled up Earth's defensive protocols on the main display. "Activate all quantum mines. Release the autonomous drone swarms. Initialize the gravity well generators at coordinates specified in Protocol Omega. And someone get me a direct line to the Council's flagship commander. Even if we somehow survive the initial engagement, they'll just bring more ships," Liam said quietly. "This could mean the end of humanity. Or it could mean the beginning of something greater." "Lieutenant," Ava's smile was sharp, "the Council made one critical error in their evaluation of our species. They thought our individualism made us weak, that our conflicts proved our inability to unite. They never considered what happens when you threaten every human's home simultaneously." The tactical display began to shift as Earth's hidden defenses came online. Weapons platforms disguised as satellites, mines that had been seeded throughout near-Earth space, experimental technology that had been deemed to dangerous to deploy until now. Establishing connection to the Council flagship, the communications officer announced. The High Arbiter's crystalline face reappeared, his expression unreadable. You wish to discuss terms of surrender? No, Eva replied calmly. I'm calling to give you You have 6 hours to withdraw your forces from Earth space. Every ship that remains after that deadline will be considered a hostile combatant and dealt with accordingly. For a moment, there was only silence. Then the Arbiter made a sound that the translation software interpreted as laughter. You dare threaten the Council? With what force? Human, your primitive vessels. Eva's smile never wavered. You studied our history, Arbiter. Then you know what humanity does best. We adapt, we improvise, we overcome. You want to see our force? Lieutenant Liam, please show our guests the surprise we've been preparing. Liam's fingers flew across his console, and across human space, 247 vessels suddenly became 2047 as the holographic camouflage dropped from stealth ships that had been built in secret over the past decade. Mining stations transformed into weapons platforms. Civilian freighters revealed hidden railgun batteries. We've spent the last 10 years preparing for first contact, Arbiter Eva explained. We just didn't expect it to be this hostile. Your Council believed we were divided, weak. What you fail to understand is that nothing unites humanity faster than a common enemy. The Arbiter's crystalline form seemed to dim slightly. Even with these deceptions, you cannot hope to. We don't need to win, Arbiter Eva interrupted. We just need to make the cost of victory too high for you to accept. Every one of your ships we destroy represents resources, lives, political capital. How many Council species will support this war after we've bloodied your nose? How many neutral parties will reconsider joining a Council that needs 42 on odds to bully a single world? You would risk extinction on a bluff. It's not a bluff, Liam interjected, surprising himself with his own boldness. It's a promise. You can destroy Earth, Arbiter, but you'll do it over our corpses, and we'll take as many of you with us as we can. That's what it means to be human. Eva nodded. 6 hours, Arbiter. Choose wisely. She terminated the connection and turned to her crew. The fear was still there in their eyes, but now it was mixed with something else. Pride, determination, defiance. All stations, prepare for combat operations, Eva commanded, and someone start a timer. I want to know exactly when those 6 hours are up. As the countdown began, Earth's defenders took their positions. Against them stood the might of 1,000 civilizations, 10,000 warships, weapons that could crack planets. But they were human, and humans, for all their flaws, had never learned to surrender.